Oops. Just had to move around a little bit. Let me pull this down just a little bit here. Go live, baby. And we are live. Whoa. DM me #ready. Yep, that's what we want to do. Hey, y'all. You know what time it is? Shout out where you're from. If you don't shout out where you're from, we got a problem because I need to know where everybody is from. I need to know where my family is. I need to know where the love is because we are out here healing, dating, and love. So let's go. She's starting out the gate. She said, I'm going to get my question in. I've literally just jumped on. She's like, not talk about long distance relationships. Xavier, shut up. Xavier, shut up. Listen to me. I love the energy. Let's go, Nova. Let's go, Tice. My boy Tice is on here. Good to see you, brother. You know we're always out here hustling. You know we're always out here making it happen. India, let's go. Cali, North Carolina, California, North Carolina again. We got our Carolinians. New York, energy people. What kind of advice do you want for a long distance relationship? Long distance relationships are hard. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. Let's go. What is your name? BJ? Thank you, BJ. Karen Brown. Let's go, Karen. What's that flag? Is that the Jamaican flag? Does calling a man or woman attractive or hot mean the same thing? I mean, I think it depends. Israel, love from Israel. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Attractive or hot mean the same thing? I think it does for most people. I think hot is just another subset of the word attractive, right? Attractive, hot, sexy, cute, fine, like whatever word you want to use. I think they're all in the same context. So that's what I personally have thought, and I might be wrong, right? People have different interpretations of the language, but I think that's normally in the same bracket. Thank you so much. Hey, Phoenix. What's going on, Phoenix? She is risen, the Phoenix. Hello, how long should you give a guy to plan a date that you just met? Don't wait on him. If you want my advice, don't wait on a guy to plan a date. Go ahead and live your life. And he'll come around when he comes around, right? You don't want to play the waiting game so early in the dating field because people haven't earned your time yet. They haven't earned your focus or any mental space in your head. They are literally just a person that you just met. So if you just met him and he says he's going to plan a date, then maybe he is or maybe he isn't. But at the same time, that's not your problem. You focus on your life. And if he wants to say something, then he'll let you know. And you guys can, figure that out later. But I wouldn't give him any mental space right now. You just met. It's a good vibe. That's cool. And I would move on until otherwise happens. Yeah, don't wait on these guys. Ladies, don't wait on these guys. When you just meet them, don't wait on them to go on a date. Like, to take you on a date. You just met him, right? He hasn't earned that spot yet, that place in your life to say, man, I can't wait to see him. I'm just going to sit here in my house all alone and wait until one day he comes around. Like, nah, man. Go live your life. If you got another date and another guy is making more moves than him, if anything, that guy is ready, right? Because at the same time, we don't know what the outcome is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen here. So the best we could do is just keep going, right? Just keep acting. And you never know who the vibe is going to be, right? You can hold out if you want to. You can hold out, but I wouldn't recommend it. Not early in the dating game. You gotta let them know. By the way, if you want to work with me, if you want to get a session this week, right? If you want to get a session this week, I got a few spots open. Go ahead and DM me the word #ready. So put #ready and send it to me in the DMs, and there will be an assistant that will reach out to you, and let's get some stuff ready, because if you want to work through your relationship or dating or marriage or narcissist, I'm your guy. Is that applicable to both genders? Yes, it is. So it's applicable regardless of gender. Most of the information I give is applicable regardless of gender, right? We're just looking at the person. But I just use this in context because that is my following. It is mostly women, right? But I will tell you, neither person gets that access to you, right? Energy is currency, right? Energy is currency. If I give you energy, that's energy from me. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll give out certain energy and not care. But, we got other things we could be doing. We got other people that could be taking us more serious that are ready to step up. I'm probably going to give those people more of my energy than this. Unless we're both stepping up and we're both, showing each other the right things. I'm not gonna spend too much energy here just because I don't have enough energy to give out. I got to make sure it's significant. It's quality over quantity, right? I don't want to give it to just anybody. What do you recommend to heal from a trauma bond? I left a toxic relationship that really made me see myself in another way. I was gaslit and called a narcissist many times. So what I could say is that I'm happy that you have come to the conclusion that it is a trauma bond. Not a lot of people take the time to notice that. So what I would say is to heal from it, you'll first have to dig through the root of it, right? How did it start? How did it get there? And what triggers it, right? What triggers do you need to work through, and what new behavior patterns do you need to worry about in order to get through it to become who you want to be, right? So if we want to work through healing these individual parts, I would say get help. So I would say for you, type in the DMs, #ready. Send that to my DM and I will reach out to you, or we can work together, right? Make sure that you see someone, because it's really hard to do all of that work on your own. It's really hard to get someone that has an objective opinion doing that. I couldn't do it. So I'm saying that as a person, I couldn't have done it myself. For me to have learned all of this, I had to have someone tell me. Hi, I just wanted advice on what your long distance boyfriend says on what if your long distance what if your long distance boyfriend says he wants me to get braces to look attractive and force? Well, I would say that he probably dated you for the wrong reasons, because when you first start dating someone, if you date them with the intention that they need to look better and you're going to mold that means you don't really love them. See, you want to get in a relationship liking about 90 to 95% of the person that came in here. If they were to come in and never change, right? And I'm not saying don't improve, but let's say you just love who they are as a person. That's when you know it's serious. That's when you know it's legit. When you come in and you're like, oh, well, I got to make these adjustments to you, that's not real, because that means that you're holding and reserving a part of yourself until they make the changes that you see fit. What if you don't want braces? What if you think that your teeth are fine? What if you think you're already attractive? You see how you guys are misaligned? So you mean to tell me the whole time he was dating you and then he got into a relationship, he wasn't happy with the way you looked? And now he's trying to work on that now after you guys get committed? Come on, man. That's messed up. When a guy says he adores you, legit player statement, well, I don't know if that's a player statement, because I would have to get to know him as a person, right? Some people say things that toxic people say, because toxic people copy off of healthy people. Toxic people copy off of things that they hear from healthy people. Oh, you say you love them. Okay, how do you say that? Right, okay, write it down. You remember little things. Okay. So I don't really know if that's a player state. I mean, it doesn't sound like it to me. I think that could be legit. I've adored someone before. I think it's just a matter of how is he presenting himself to you? How is he showing you that he cares outside of just compliments, right? So maybe look into that, right? Outside of complimenting you, how is he showing you that he cares about you? Is he learning your love language? Is he, paying attention to things that you need and what you say and your thoughts and your emotions? I guess that's what matters more. Hey, Katrina, what's up, girl? I agree. Y'all haven't learned each other yet. Were you ever a player? If so, was there a shift that inspired you to be who you are now? So I would say I was manipulative. I had narcissistic behaviors. I'm not a narcissist, but I had behavior patterns. So to some women, they would say it came off as being a player. To some women, it was just, evil. But what shifted me was that I didn't realize I was doing it. You know what I mean? Like I knew something was wrong. I knew that I was making her unhappy, but I had people telling me a way to live that wasn't good, right? It wasn't respectful. It wasn't wholesome. It wasn't, it was not good. So what shifted my change was a lot of good women had to leave me. I lost a lot of good women in my life from being stupid, from being manipulative. That's why I know so much about being manipulative, because I'm one of the few guys that you'll probably know that made it to the other side, where I realized how important it is to have emotional intelligence and self-awareness, emotional regulation. I learned all of these things because I kept losing good women, and I was like, what the heck, yo? So believe it or not, ladies, I know that sometimes we struggle with leaving some of these guys. I know that sometimes we have empathy and we pity these guys, and we don't want to just walk away because we think he doesn't know better. But you might be saving his life by leaving him. I hate to say it. Because I could tell you, if those women didn't get up one day and they weren't strong enough to leave me hanging, I probably would still be crazy till this day. You know, that was the wake-up call that I needed. That was the blessing I needed, was for women to believe and respect themselves and say, I'm not going to put up with this. And that made me a better man, more than they ever could just being next to me. I had to be, abandoned. Because either one or two things is going to happen. When you get left, either you're going to take the time to figure out what you did wrong and improve, or you're going to sit there and just keep being worse, right? But you can't do anything to anyone if they don't let you. So send me, she doesn't know. Send me a direct message with the word #ready. #ready. How to get women to stop thinking they're all 10s. Just don't worry about what they think, right? I mean, if she wants to think she's a 10, then she has a right to think that way, right? If she's confident and that's how she feels, then why not? What's wrong with that, right? Like, why do we want to make people think differently about themselves? What do we gain from that? Like, here's my question. What do I gain from telling someone you shouldn't think you're a 10? You know what I mean? Like, if you think you're a 10 and that's working for you, then, hey, I'm on board. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to invalidate how someone chooses to feel about themselves. So yes, send me a direct message. It's in the comments. I pinned it in the comments. Send me a direct message with the word hashtag and just write ready. Hashtag ready in my DMs on social media. Yes, very true. There are men out there learning from older men that ought to find a woman they can mold. Beware, great advice. Yeah, that's what actually ruined my life. Like, listening to older men was one of the worst things I could have ever done. Because these men will so quickly, and not all of them, but there's a good amount of them that will project all of their insecurities onto you and not tell you where they messed up. Like, I grew up, I'm sure a lot of us have grown up with some older men that can never admit that they're wrong. Like, how many of us have dads that would never admit that they're wrong? Dads, uncles, like, they gotta be always right about everything. Like, why don't you ever say, hey, I'm sorry, you know what, I messed this up. You know what, I don't know everything. You know what, I'm not exactly a genius. Like, why is it so hard for you to do that? Like, that's what I didn't understand. So they gave me this mentality that I was always right, no matter what situation. As a man, you always gotta be right. Even if you're wrong, you're right. You gotta let her know that, or you gotta ghost her. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, y'all really messed me up as a kid. You know, and I grew up thinking like that, and I lost hella relationships. Like, I could have been married by now. You know, like, you ruined it. You darn men. Damn. Why is my narcissistic ex telling people that he left me because I'm crazy and bipolar, even though I left because he was cheating? You just said your narcissistic ex. That wraps up the whole statement. You dated a narcissist. I mean, what's the expectation here? That he's gonna say, man, she was the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm an idiot. Like, no, you're gonna get the blame. You date a narcissist, you're gonna get the blame. That's like playing with a gorilla and saying, man, I'm really shocked that he ripped my face off. Like, this is a part of the game, right? So I'm sure that you didn't mean to. I'm sure that hopefully you didn't think that this person was a narcissist when you met them. But that's the unfortunate part about these types of people, right? Is that they're never gonna let you be the good guy. Even if you did everything right, you're always gonna be the villain. Is it okay to ask a man you just met not to call you pet names like honey, love, or sweetheart? I mean, yeah. I mean, it might be. Here's the thing. It's okay to say whatever preference you want as long as you're okay with the idea that he might not want to deal with that. Some guys might like pet names, right? Your guy might like a pet name and feel like that's the way he bonds. So there could be a chance he might say, I'm not messing with this and I can walk. But you have to, you have to be okay with that no matter what. Because if it's a real problem for you and it makes your life better to not have that type of language, then you got to be honest about it, right? You know, be honest with yourself and with him. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you. Ready. You ready? Send me a DM. Send me a direct message. Hashtag ready in the DMs. Hashtag, it's in the comments. DM me. Hashtag, send it to my direct message. Hashtag ready. My boxing coach is online. What's going on, TJ? Don't hurt me today, bro. Don't hold me today, coach. Yeah, I've learned a lot of good stuff. You'll be surprised when you go and you take classes from people who are, you know, coaches, man, the type of metaphors you get, analogies. I learned a lot from other people who are out here trying to do the best they can. You said, where do you see these questions? I'm on different sites. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on social media, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, YouTube. So I see them all over. But these ones have been mainly coming from Instagram. Where do you see all these questions? Let's see. I always say it's a marathon, not a race. Time is best friend in these situations. I'm trying to hang on, but it's hard. Saw a future with him. Claudia, do you want to call me? You want to talk? Hello, South Africa. Hey, girl, we love doing phone calls on here. Never give up. What's up? How you doing, girl? See, one thing you have to understand is, you know, like I said, narcissists will almost never let you be the good guy. You're going to be the villain. But here's the thing. There's strength in that, right? The more you're okay with being the villain in someone's story that's a liar, the more power you're going to have, right? The more you're going to feel, the more they're not going to be able to have control over you. Some of these manipulators like to control you by making you feel like a villain. Oh, well, you're going to be a villain, so you can't leave. Hey, Argentina. Good to see you, girl. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you leave, I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna roast your name all across the field. I'm gonna tell everybody that you were the bad one, and I'm gonna tell everyone that you were the one who did wrong, and you're the one that needs help, and you're the narcissist. They're gonna do that, but guess what? We do not care, because your peace is worth more than being right. You know what I'm saying? Your peace is worth more than being the good guy in some messed up crazy person's story, okay? Because let me tell you, guys, here's what I say. A lot of guys that walk away from their ex and then they go to another woman and they say, my ex was crazy. She was a narcissist, a villain. What kind of person are you? This person is not here to defend himself. So you're going to sit here and talk trash about someone that's easy to talk about because we can't hear her side of the story. So now I don't know which part is true. Is it that she was really crazy, or is it that you didn't get your way? Is it that she was really crazy, or is it that you made her that way? Like, you know how, like, all I have to do is sit here and say at face value, yeah, you're right. But do you really think that makes you look good? Do you think that raises your price here? There's something to be said about that. You send me a direct message, Philly Mafu, or however you say your name. Send me a message on Instagram with the word #ready. Pet names is one thing. It's when they call all the opposite sex by the same pet name is beautiful, darling, sexy chops. We all have the same title, and that's not special to me. Who's with me? Oh, well, that's different. Like, I thought you said you just didn't want it called to you. No. If you don't like it when a guy gives all these ladies the same pet name, yeah, I mean, that could be a little bit concerning. Sometimes it depends on the culture too. Like, I used to live up north. I used to live in New York, right? No one calls each other pet names. If anything, people are kind of like, get away from me. But here down south, I'm in Virginia now. Everyone calls each other darling or love or sweetheart. Like it might be a cultural thing. It might be a language thing. Like I've even heard it, used in like Spanish culture, like Hispanic culture. Like some of my family members, they say amor, stuff like that. Bae, yeah, like it's. I think that some people just do it to like make the conversation lighter, and it's just been introduced into the culture. So like I said, I don't know him personally, but if that's a stressful point for you, yeah, make that aware. Don't be calling people bae out here. They ain't your bae. I'm your only bae. I'm your only boo. Like, let them know that makes you uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Champ. Champ is a cool one. Champ is a cool one. Crystal says, thank you for the rose, Crystal. I'm new also. No, New York is the realest. Yeah, like New York, I used to live in New York. I used to live in Queens. I spent time in Manhattan. Now I'm down in the South. I'm in Virginia. I'm down in Richmond. Richmond. It is a situation out here lately, too. I'm not going to say nothing. But it is a nice city. I think that they've built a lot up here. To me, it's like a small version of New York. You're from the Boogie Down? The Boogie Down. Is it Boogie Down Brooklyn or Bronx? Because I think Queens is Gabru. Harlem. You got to go to D.C. What part of D.C.? Bronx. It's the Boogie Down Bronx. Right. I remember. What part of D.C.? Because I don't go to D.C. Like, I need to. I heard there's a lot going on in D.C. He wants to be the masculine man, the head, and I'm supposed to just listen. Well, why are you still dating him if he talks like this? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, here's the thing. When dudes say certain statements like this, we broke up? Oh, okay. Well, what's wrong now, then? Shannon G, what's going on? What's that smoke mean? Welcome to Richmond. Thank you. I've been here over 10 years, so I've been here for a minute. I'm right in the middle of the city. I love Richmond. Richmond is nice. We got some good food out here. The food is too good sometimes. I got to stay in the house because I'll be eating. I love to eat. I'm still thinking what I did was a mistake. You think it was a mistake to leave a dude that just wants to make you listen? Why, you want to be back in that situation? I just left a relationship scam. What does that mean? He said he likes me but wants to be friends. Oh, well, no sex for you. That's what I would tell him, right? I mean, what does he mean he likes you but he wants to be friends? Is he attracted to you? Like, what does that like mean? Sometimes you got to get these guys to break down these words because they'll give you these vague words hoping you're just picking it up. Hey, I like you, but we're just friends. He didn't say I like you as a friend. See, there's a difference. Because I miss him. So you're looking at more of your emotions. Thank you again, Argentina, for the heart puff. Argentina coming through. TikTok is revving up the engine now. You've been to MGM in Maryland? Yes, I have. I love Maryland. I love the food. The seafood is amazing in Maryland. Taurus probably. He said I'm dope and super pretty. Well, I mean, he can be a friend and compliment you. I mean, I guess your girlfriend's probably complimenting you the same way sometimes. So I would just take it as that. But if he starts trying to make a move on you while you guys are friends, he wants to be friends with benefits. He's complimenting you because he wants some benefits, but he doesn't want commitment. And you got to ask yourself if that's something that you want. This guy wanted to be in a relationship with me, but he ghosted me when meeting my daughter and I. Oh. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. So, was he dating you beforehand? Like, was he dating you and then when he met your daughter? When he met your daughter, he was just done? Because, I mean, the way that you're wording it sounds like it was because you have a daughter. I told him the third time he ghosts me, the third time? He ghosted you before? A relationship scam was a man I spoke to for 2 years and he never showed up. Why did you talk to a man for 2 years and never showed up? What, like, show up how? Like, in person to your house? Like, what do you mean by show up? Dating an older guy, 3 months now. He's so consistent and stable, but no commitment yet. Should I bring it up? Yeah, but here's how I would do it. Just pull back. Just pull back. Don't give him so much of your energy and time. And you can let him know. You can say, hey, just to let you know, it's been 3 months and I'm starting to I'm starting to feel affection towards you and I'm motivated, by the idea of commitment. It's been 3 months for me. Or you can just ask him straight up, like, how long do you usually take before you like to be committed? Like what works for you? Put the ball in his court, right? How long do you usually like to date someone before you like to, say that they're the only person? If he says, because he might say, I like to wait 6 to 8 months. And then you can say, well, I'm gonna be honest, that's not going to work for me because I don't want to keep dating someone that, I'm giving my energy to and who's giving their energy to other people for at least longer than 3 months. I personally feel like I know within 3 months. And if that doesn't work for you, that's understandable. I'm not going to stop you from living your life, but that's not going to work for me. It's pretty much going to be a make or break conversation at that point because it's not like you're giving him an ultimatum, but you're letting him know that this is a hang up for you. So you could do that or you could just pull back, just stop hanging out with him and let him ask and bring it up. And he'll be like, yo, I haven't seen you in a while. You can say, well, I started to like you, but I wasn't hearing about commitment, so I thought I should pull back a little bit. But, hopefully that works. We were dating. He knew we talked about, yes, he ghosted me. Well, he's 27 and I'm 33. Well, if he ghosted you more than once, that was already a red flag, right? Like, if someone ghosts you the first time, I would stop there. Let's say someone asked their ex out tonight. What do you mean, let's say? What? Are you trying to say it's you? Let's say someone asked their ex out tonight and he said, I don't know, no promises. That's a no, right? I would say to a person that respects their time, I wouldn't take that answer. I would just move on. Like if I talk to my ex and I say, hey, let's hang out tonight, I don't know, no promises. That's crazy. That's like disrespect. Like you can't tell me a straight no or yes. You kind of leaving me in the gray. No, I'd have to move on. Move on. Move on. So he's talking to my daughter already, and I was going to introduce him in real. But he ghosted us, and later in the evening called me, no apologies, and acted like he didn't do anything bad. Well, it just sounds like he just really is impressed. Because here's what I think. It almost sounds like he didn't ghost you. He just doesn't care. Because ghosting can be a kind of tricky topic, right? Like, it might feel like ghosting on your side of the story, but on his side of the story, if he's lackadaisical and cavalier, he might have just chilled out. He might have just been like, okay, I met y'all, it was cool, but I'm gonna go hang out with my people now. Like you said, he's kind of young, so he might not look at time the same way you do. I know people who are just like that, right? I know people who just literally say, okay, I'm here, but I'll see you when I see you, and then they take forever to get back to you. It's not that they're ghosting you, they're just like that. He's probably, then why do he have to be in a relationship? I don't know. I don't know your whole story. Like it sounds like he's all over the place. The fact that you got ghosted more than once was already like a sign, like that would have already told me everything I needed to know. Ghosting more than once? No, this person is flip-floppy. They can't make up their mind. Like, why are you even still here? It's like we're hyper-focused on the fact that he said he wanted a relationship, but we're not hyper-focused on the fact that he ghosted more than once. If a man goes ghost for 5 days and texts me again, if a man goes ghost for 5 days and texts me again, should I wait to respond back? I don't think it matters. See, that's what I mean. Is like, there's not a game to be played here. Did he go ghost for 5 days? Or did he just not care for 5 days? See, these are guys, what I'm hearing is a lot of guys who are not pressed about y'all. There are guys who are going to be pressed about you. There are guys who want to text you every day. There are guys who want to know what you're doing throughout the week, who are on you, right? Who want to make plans with you, who are ready right now, who are ready to move at a consistent pace. There are guys who are dating multiple women, entertaining multiple different energies, and they want you now, but they might date another girl later in the week. They might be at practice. They might be pursuing a new career. They're all over the place. So I don't think that these guys are necessarily ghosting you. I think that they're just living their lives and they're just starting up the fire and getting to know you. Now, if you guys were committed, if you guys were like, oh, we're in an exclusive situation or relationship, and then they go ghost, that's more like a ghost, right? But in the dating phase, they can just put this down anytime because we're just getting to know each other. So I have very low expectations when I'm in the dating phase, but I also don't give someone a lot of myself because if they do decide to go ghost, I don't want to feel like you took something from me. Like, oh, I slept with you. Now you don't talk to me for 4 days. Now I feel like you got that part of me and you just walked, right? So that's why I don't do that unless you're super consistent for a long time. My ex cheated on me with the girl he's with now, was with him for 8 years and started dating the girl immediately. He's still in a relationship. I started watching stories from a fake account. Well, you're torturing yourself. You're with people like that, you have to move on quickly. That's your only option to heal from this because that person clearly had no regard for the time that you spent with him. He cheated, he moved on, and what you're doing is you're giving him power. Because not only are you looking at a story, but you're getting triggered by that. And you're putting yourself in a situation to become triggered by that instead of moving on. So you're giving him all the power and you're showing that you're not valuing your time and your energy. You could be focused on healing and growth. You could be going to yoga. You could be going to festivals. You could be going to places. You could be finding yourself again in a much better way than you did before, right? You could be building and reinventing yourself after these 8 years, right? And becoming like new, but instead you're looking at this account and it's just staying in your mind. So he still gets to plant his thoughts or his energy in your head. And he doesn't deserve that. He cheated. He showed you he's a dog. So if anything, that's a reason to walk. Oh, he started watching your stories from a fake account? Well, why does it matter? Block the account. Absolutely. So he told me he loves me, tells me I'm the woman he wants. I don't know if I should continue or not. And I'm pretty sure he's only seeing me. But you're not in a relationship. Right? Yeah, so what is it? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters until you're in a relationship and he takes accountability. So you can keep seeing him, but what's going to happen is you're going to have to deal with this inconsistency, right? And right now what's happening is that you're looking at the emotional reciprocation that you're getting from his words and you're setting yourself up with that, right? You're committing to the words and the statements. He says he loves you, he says he wants to be with you, but then you see the opposite in his actions and you're still holding on to the words, so you're kind of building up off the words. But that's what he's hoping that you're gonna do. He's hoping that you're doing that. You know, guys who are trying to manipulate, they hope that you just build on their words because you're doing all the effort. All I have to do is say I love you and not show it, and you'll create a story in your head. You just made my job a whole lot easier. I don't even have to show you that much. I don't even have to be there for you. I don't even have to be consistent. I can just say I love you, and you're going to take the reins and you're going to build on it. How do you let go then? You let go through consistent actions. And that's where I would say you would have to DM me and join my group, because we work through this every week. We don't just work on you getting out of these situations, we work on getting you into new situations. In my group, women have found better ways to date. They've gone on great dates. A lot of them are meeting guys that are way better for them than ever. They're realizing a lot of their patterns. That's just what happens when you join my group. Right? Like I said, send me a DM, send me a direct message on social media with the word hashtag, type hashtag ready, and send it to me in my DMs. I refuse when he wanted to be a couple because he's inconsistent. Okay. You might need to call me because I might need to hear more of your story. You have a question? Just go ahead and ask, Maria. Get fed up with the BS. Yes, you should. All of you on here should be fed up with BS. You should be done with BS. BS should be in your rear view. Either the guy wants you or he doesn't. Either he's showing consistency or he's not. Either he's trying to commit to you in 3 months or he's not. Like this could be a lot easier, right? But what happened is a lot of us are getting sold on the dream and we're building it up in our heads. He doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve credit he hasn't put in. His dad passed away and he stopped all communication. For his over 2 weeks, he was constantly for 6 months. Are you in a relationship? Went on 3 dates in 1 week. 3 dates in 1 week. Nothing happened, but we did have a nice time. Should I text him? It's been 4 days. Yeah, why not? It doesn't matter who texts who. You know, like if you guys went on a date and you had fun, just go ahead and send a text. Doesn't matter. Okay, so you're in a relationship and he hasn't talked to you for 2 weeks at all? Like he completely stopped communication? Wow. Well, here's what I would say. I don't know what it's like to lose your father. So I don't know. Everybody deals with grieving differently. Maybe he really is in a pinch. You can try to be patient with him. But here's what I say. If he takes more than a month or so to get back, I would kind of start moving on. And I hate to say it because, you can still be there for him and, allow him to have his space. But for him to completely shut you out for a long period of time, that's not fair to you. Zero communication for more than 72 hours is wild. Like you would think, if someone passes away, my girlfriend would be the one person I could lean on, right? We're supposed to be a unit. Like I said, everybody deals with it differently, but I would have a time limit on myself. Like, okay, now this is ridiculous. Cause now it's just getting to a point it's getting disrespectful. Like not talking to me at all. So you wake up in the morning, you go to work, you talk to family, you're eating, you're still alive, and you can't send one text saying that, hey, just to let you know. It's almost like you're using the situation to have an out. Giving in on a 90-day rule. I mean, here's the thing. Let's be realistic. A lot of people don't wait 90 days, as much as we should. But here's the thing. Like, the 90-day rule is more about how you're bonding in other ways other than the physical, right? How you're bonding in different ways other than the physical. So it shouldn't feel like, oh man, we reached the 90 days. What a reward. There should have been rewards prior to this, right? The reward was we gave each other time. We gave each other energy. We had mental intimacy, emotional intimacy. We had, we bonded. That's more of what you should probably focus on, before worrying about the 90-day rule. It's to make sure that we're actually meant to be compatible and we're actually going to be best friends and a good couple. Why would a guy, after he break up with you, says, if you need me, I'm here for you? I think he's just being nice. I think that he, still respects you and probably thinks you're cool, but he broke up with you, which means he no longer wants to be committed in a relationship with you. Just because someone doesn't want to be in a relationship with you doesn't mean that they hate you now. Like, there's been women that I've stopped talking to or stopped dating, but I was still cool with them. I was like, hey, you're a cool person. We just have different values, right? We just don't align on certain things. Why do men blow up your inbox, then dip when you don't fall for their bait? Because you didn't fall for their bait. I feel like the answer was in the question. I don't. You didn't go for it. Gotta go. Have you ever dated a narcissistic chick? I have dated a narcissistic woman. Yes, I have. A lot of emotional manipulation was there. A lot of victim baiting. That's what I could say with dating a woman that was narcissistic was, it was a lot of the emotional victim, manipulation that was used. And she was never wrong. That's when I knew it was a narcissist. I was like, she was never wrong. One time I said I was wrong just to end the argument because I was like, can you give us an example? Yeah, sure. I mean, here's the thing is, I'm not the type of person that always has to be right if we go through a disagreement. I mean, no one likes to be wrong, let's be real. But I look at being wrong as possibly a build for us. When me and her got into a disagreement about a situation, and in my mind, we both handled ourselves a little bit poorly, and she tried to tell me that I really meant something else than I did. And that's what I personally don't like, is when someone tells me this is what I think you meant, and then I clear it up and say, no, this is what I meant, is what I actually said. But see, some people like to think that there's a double meaning behind what you say. And I'm like, no, I'm very direct. Like, this is exactly what I mean. And then it was taken the wrong way, which I understand, right? We all have our own perspective, but you have to be responsible for that. You have to be responsible for the fact that emotionally you didn't process my words, as I delivered it, which is cool. I can sit here and empathize with that. I showed compassion and I said, hey, this isn't, that's not what I meant. And I hope that you'll understand that. And she just kept harping on the fact that I was wrong. And I was like, okay, so that's not how I meant it, but that's how you want to take it. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong. Okay, fine. I'm wrong, right? But can you admit that you were wrong for telling me what I'm actually saying when that's not the truth? Can we both be wrong, right? Because I don't want to be the only, bad guy. And then she was like, nah. I was like, huh? She's like, no, you're just trying to win. And I was like, I literally said I'm wrong. What am I trying to win? No, you're trying to win. You're trying to manipulate me. I was like, huh? Wouldn't I not admit I was wrong if that was the case? I don't understand this dynamic. And no, it was like several times that kept happening where it was situations where I would say, yeah, you got me, or I don't see it that way. I'll even go as far as saying, hey, I don't see it that way, but if you do, I'll apologize just for the sake of the argument. Like, I don't want to make you feel that way. And I hope that you can see that on your side, it was a little bit of a misjudgment. No. I was like, yeah. I said, that's when I left. I'll leave. If we can't both come to the table and put down our egos and our pride and say, hey, let's just, call it what it is. It's not about, trying to be perfect. It's just saying, hey, like we both made a little bit of a step here. Like, come on. And then no, if you can't do that, then I'm walking. Because I don't want to be with someone like that. Because that to me sounds like you don't have a growth mindset. Nope, you don't have a growth mindset. So that, yes, I have experienced that. I've been on that side of things where I'm always wrong. And I always am wrong. And I always take accountability, but they never do. And like that's why I say it's not that much of a gender-based thing. It's a people thing, right? These behaviors are not exclusive to a gender. Everyone does it. It's just that, we behave differently because men and women are conditioned differently. So they express themselves differently and they behave differently. Their output is different, right? Like for guys, it's anger, right? When we usually get upset, we resort to anger and emotions, and women typically, from what I've seen, resort to like more sadness, right? So, but we both are kind of in the same lane in that regard. We're both feeling uncomfortable. We're both feeling, embarrassed, right? So those feelings can trigger, because then it's like, well, what's the culturally acceptable way for me to express myself? And that depends on how you were raised and the environment you were put in. A lot of guys are raised to not cry. We're told no crying when we're kids. So it gets like knocked out of us when we're like kids. And then, we're not given that space. So I'm sure if we were, a lot more guys would be crying. Like it's, especially when you get older and then your boys, they tell you, oh, you crying? Like, it's like you don't feel comfortable doing it. I've seen some guys get so angry, they start crying. And I'm like, I think you just wanted to cry. I didn't even think you wanted to get angry. You just didn't know where to put the emotion. Where's the right output for this? A narcissist person will always make you want to defend yourself so you don't concentrate on them. Oh yeah, but here's the thing. The way to get around that, and I talk about this in my private group. If you want to get into my exclusive group where I give all of this information, go ahead and send me a DM with the hashtag ready. If you want to get access to my exclusive group, I'm accepting a few people this week, and I also give you a free one-on-one session if you sign up this week. So make sure you sign up. But yes, narcissistic people will do this thing. They will try to distract you. But that's why you don't defend yourself. You never have to defend yourself from people who are willing to listen. Right? If they're willing to listen to you, why should you have to defend yourself? Let's do it. Go and send me a DM. So the trick is to not defend yourself. You can explain, but you don't have to be defensive. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you on the ropes. It's called growth. We must always be willing to take accountability, but some people haven't reached that stage yet, sadly. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what age you're at. I would think, because, the person I dated was like 10, 15 years older than me. So, I would think that, oh, okay, well, this should be easier, right? I was very wrong. Age does not define maturity. Go ahead and send a DM into the... Send a direct message. I feel like people don't know what DM means. Send a direct message to my Instagram with the word hashtag ready. So type hashtag ready and send it to my direct messages. And there is an assistant in there that will send you back information. I'll tell you what, I'm in my 30s. Early 30s. People have been asking me that for years. There was one time, because I started this back, your son is 32? Oh, nice. 33? You think I'm 33? I feel like after 30, it's kind of a toss-up, right? Especially with like the beard. You don't know. Thoughts on celibacy? I think celibacy is a good thing. I think that it's good to not, just... You say I'm 26? You're just being nice. You're just being nice. I've been 26 in years. Oh, man. But it's crazy. I was doing this at 26, right? People can figure out how old I was. People have always thought I was in my 30s, even when I was in my 20s. Celibacy, I think it's a good thing to be celibate if that's what works for you. It doesn't work for everybody, but I think that if you're willing to be patient and it helps you with your energy, I think it's a beautiful thing, you know? I think that different people process sleeping together differently. Like some people get really messed up by it. Like some people, when they sleep with someone, they feel really like, just like they feel like their whole energy, aura, you know, spirit is messed up. For some people, it's just like jumping rope, right? So I think it depends on the type of person that you are. If you're the type of person that needs that, then good for you, right? That you figure that out and only match with people who will respect that. It doesn't work for men, apparently. Well, yeah, it's because at this point it's a preference, right? Not everybody walks the same path to get to the same destination. So if a lot of guys don't like that, you know, then, oh well, then they might be missing out, right? Because you might be, you know, the best thing they've ever had, and now they have to miss out on that. But that's the cost of it, right? And in society right now, that isn't as much of a thing anymore, right? It's become very small. It's a lot smaller, the population of people that I've seen that do it now. But I think that it could work. I think that it can work. I think there are benefits to it, just like anything else. 'Cause to me, it's kind of like fasting, you know? It's like abstaining from things, fasting from things. Fasting and abstaining from too much pleasure, too many dopamine hits can be healthy for you because then you can have clarity, right? And you won't like just fall into any type of pattern. When you get clarity and when you're not indulging in things too much, it provides you like that mental space to see things for what they are and not get your mind messed up. Because there's a lot of people that sleep with people and then they have no discernment after that, right? Now I'm in love with the person and this person is a narcissist. I couldn't tell because I kept sleeping with them. Like how many people keep sleeping with people, you know, and they're like, oh, they're narcissists. I didn't know because I was too busy sleeping with them. I was too busy, you know, in bed with them. So every time they did something crazy, we would just sleep it out. Like, you know how many people I know that they don't even argue and get to a conclusion? They just sleep together. They're like, oh yeah, we were supposed to like work on that, but we just slept together. Yeah, and they're like all happy about it. I'm like, damn, so you're still gonna argue about this? I couldn't do it. I'm not one of those people. I can't just sleep through the argument. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna need you to like clear some things up before we do this again because I don't feel it. I don't feel it. What are the rules when dating? Been dating someone for about a month and get along really well and hang out often and we have the same feelings for each other. How long to wait before getting... Well, here's the thing. There's no set rules, right? Everybody has their own pace. Some people take a year. Some people take 6 months. I think it depends on the individual personality of you two and what you two agree on. But typically people will say, you know, no more than 3 months to say, you know, do you want to be in a relationship or not? But honestly, there's no rules. What matters is how are you feeling? Do you feel like you want to take more time? Thank you, Yvette. Do you feel like you want to take less time? Do you feel like you're ready right now? Do you feel like you're ready later? You know, you can only think about yourself in this regard. It sounds weird because I'm not trying to be selfish, but I'm like, think about how you feel. Hello to another coach. Hello, Ashley. Good to see you, girl. Dude, you are beautiful, nice teeth, and thank you for helping us, chicks. Thank you. Wow. Amazing compliments. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. It's always flattering. You're from Africa. Let's go. Africa's in the house. The best music. I listen to Rush. What's her name? By Arya Starr. Is it Rush? Yep. Ira. I don't know how to say her name. But Rush, I love that song, man. That's one of my favorite songs out right now. My money. Well, it prevents people from being hurt and used. Yeah, I agree. and from getting disease, right? Because somehow we forgot that there's STDs out here. With the amount of times people are sleeping with each other with no condoms, I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna be raw about my stuff. So if you're not ready for it, like, and I'm not saying that like I'm perfect either, but it's like, come on, man. Like, is it really worth dying over? I was celibate for 4 years as I was so messed up from my son's dad and lost all trust in men. Are you celibate now? Block the person but still love him. Hope I could help him. I tried. Every time I talk about therapy, he gives me silent treatment. Yeah, because he doesn't want to grow. You know, he doesn't want to grow. Some people absolutely reject the idea of growth. You can, and here's the thing, you should not help a man want to grow. Like, what is this? We should not want to help a man want to grow. He should come prepackaged with that. Why are we shouldn't even date those guys. Those guys should be rejected, you know? Like, that should give you the ick automatically. Like, oh, you don't have a growth mindset. In fact, most of the ladies on here, I will tell you straight up, one thing you want to do is when you want to talk to a guy and you want to find out if he's going to be full of crap, ask him, you know, say, if he says, what do you look for in a guy? Say, I look for a guy with growth mindset. So you're saying they have to grow on their own. Yes. Yes, 100%. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for that cream of the crop. But yeah, they have to want to grow on their own. If they don't, now here's the thing, you can always help them grow. You can always give input and support their growth, but you can't make them grow. They have to want it first. If they're not there already, if they're not already there or already trying, then you are wasting your time by even starting a relationship with this type of person. And see, the problem is we get into relationships with these guys thinking that we're going to be the one to change that. No, because he doesn't deserve your energy. If he's not already showing effort, then don't waste your energy. I got a story for you. Thank you for the gifts again, cream of the crop. Thank you for the bracelets. There was a guy on the road, right? You passed a guy on the road, and there was one guy who was just standing there. His car wasn't working. No one was helping him, right? He's just sitting there waiting for some service to come along, I guess. There was another guy on the road who had the same problem, but he was pushing his car. When he was pushing his car, people pulled over and got out. Hold on. People pulled over and got out and started helping him push his car. You see, when a person is already on the journey, that's when you want to help support them. That's because then at that point, they're taking up half the effort already. All you're doing is helping them reach the goal. You got to start it on your own, and then somebody will come help. Now, you can always give advice and suggestions, but you're not supposed to be the one to make someone want to do something. They need to want it on their own, and all you can do is support them. But if you're dating someone and they don't want to grow, they don't want to go to therapy with you, they don't want to learn how to communicate. Thank you so much, Cream of the Crop, for your gifts. Thank you for the rose and the gifts. I love it so much. You're awesome. Thank you so much, girl. But like, you know, that's the way it's supposed to work. Otherwise, if they're not doing the work on their own, you might be wasting your time. But what if they're showing too much effort and too much interest and too much attention in the first week of dating? Well, here's the thing. Then I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that? But how to know when a guy is serious? Because he'll be showing you. He'll be actively showing you. He'll be putting in the work. He'll be showing you effort. Do you not know if the guy you're talking to is serious? Yeah. I mean, what do you? Is he showing you that he's serious? Why do you have doubts? He's very serious, but almost feels like love bombing. I'm not sure how to differentiate between. You want to call me? You want to talk about it? What do you mean by distance? Boy, you're leading me down a cliffhanger road here. Who is this person? Oh, we're already friends? Why my BF is mean to me? How is he mean to you? I don't know. I don't think I can call you. This is weird. Sorry, he's far. How far? Well, if you're in a long distance relationship, there's only but so much effort he can put in realistically. I do, but I'm at work. How about we do a call on the phone? Like right here? Well, you'd have to wait till I get off live. And at that point, I only do off live if you're gonna sign up for the group. If you sign up for the group, I'll do it. By the way, you have beautiful eyes. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. So sweet. People on here are so sweet. Flattery will get you everywhere. Let me tell you. 2 hours distance. What group? I have an exclusive group. I'll do the group because obviously I need it. Go and send me a DM. Send me a direct message with the hashtag ready. I have an exclusive group where we talk about this 24/7. We're a 24/7 running group. We talk about everything from dating, relationship, narcissistic. We do a once a week meetup where I kind of like teach everyone and we talk about. I break this down into much deeper layers that I can't do on social media because social media is weird and they don't like things I say sometimes. So, but we're all like we're like a we do it offline. We go hard offline. We go hard in the paint. And there's love. There's love in the group. We're like one big family. You just DM me? Thank you so much. Hey, yeah, go and do you have Instagram? Can you DM me on Instagram? Hashtag ready? Can you do that? Because on Instagram, there's an assistant on there that can get you signed up. We are 1 month in. He's about to change career fields. Any advice? I'm nervous about it. Why are you nervous about it? If a guy says he might be in town in 2 weeks, isn't that the bare minimum effort? Isn't that bare minimum effort? Well, does he live out of town? I mean, do you guys live far away? I have so many questions about your questions. Teach what? Everything, relationships, dating, getting out of toxic situations, how to manage it, what's going on with your emotions, stuff like that. You'll do it now? Okay, perfect. Yes, send it on Instagram, hashtag ready. I'm currently speaking to 3 guys from TikTok. I don't know if they are real. What do you mean you don't know if they're real? Like, you have questions? You got to talk to the assistant. What about your life then? What about it? Hello, I just want to tell you thank you. My soul brain came back to me after cheating toxic narc partner. Well, you're welcome. If I was a help to you, that's good news. Assistant, yes, there is an assistant on Instagram. I don't know if they're scammers. Oh, yeah, I don't know either. I mean, you'll know if they ask you for money. If they just ask you for money out of nowhere, they're probably a scammer. Who is this? He makes me feel worthless. He calls me, whoa, I can't say that online, and worthless. I don't know what I did to go wrong. I think they're very delusional. He's calling you that, so are you still together? Is it possible to have religious belief without the stress and schizophrenia? Yes? What do you mean? What about you, my friend? Tell us about you. I'm a mystery. I'm boring. I literally work all the time. I work, I go to boxing, and then I work again, and then I make content, then I sleep, then I play with my dog, then I sleep again. It's literally like just work, 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 work. But I love what I do. I like to take trips though. You just DM'd Groove Shark? What did you Hold on. You sent it on Instagram? What did you send? Did you send hashtag ready? Or did you send something else? Because hashtag ready will trigger, will get it going. Trying to see what's going on here. Oh, you sent that? Yeah, that's perfect. That's what you sent. The way he treats me. Well, how does he treat you? How does he treat you, girl? I appreciate, by the way, I haven't said it enough, but I appreciate what all of y'all are saying on the live today. I appreciate the fact that you're jumping on, you're asking questions, and you're keeping the engagement up, and we're working together because we are a team, y'all. And I appreciate that you're hitting the like button and that you're keeping the likes up because we are over 10,000 likes, which means y'all are literally awesome. So thank you so much for this, and let's keep it going, okay? Because I got time today. I got time. The monthly price. Did it talk to you? No. Gosh. I don't even see your message on here. What's your name on Facebook? I mean Instagram. You are fine today. Thank you. I keep getting all these compliments about my looks. Where was y'all at 3 years ago when I wasn't looking good? I'm playing. I'll play it. Yeah, Tommy, you're fine today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Damn, there's a wake-up call, man. Whatever skin routine I'm using now, I need to keep doing that because I'm not gonna lie, I think it's the boxing, shockingly. Getting punched in the face a few times probably put my face back together. More of that, please. I'm about to go in the box and like, hey man, I'm gonna need that fix. My boyfriend gave me a silver bracelet. Few days later, he demands that I send it back to him. Is this a red flag? Yeah, hell yeah. Why'd he do that? Why'd he buy it for you if he was just gonna ask for it back? You buy it every day. How old are you? Early 30s. Do you think a man knows if he wants a relationship after one date, several phone? I think he knows if there's potential for it, right? I think he knows he definitely knows if there's potential for it. Because guys are pretty like decisive about that. We know. We practically know within the first conversation. Within the first conversation, I know. Because there's certain values that most of us guys carry, right? Now, I would say older guys are a little bit more aware of what values they carry. They're a little bit more solidified in that. than the younger ones because they're probably still learning themselves. But yeah, you know, because for me, it's like when I date someone that I'm the same on him on Instagram. So, you know, I date someone that I think would be like a great wife, you know? Like, I know that's a little big, but I'm like, okay, do I see that, you know, you could be a part of my future, right? Like, have you said anything super concerning that I don't think we can work through? That's how I date. So I can speak from my own perspective, but a lot of guys typically know. Date with purpose, yep. Your name is Groove Shark. Oh, Groove Shark 99. Oh, I think it's because your stuff is private. Okay, I'll get back to you after this. What if a guy says he's looking for a wife but doesn't have a clear direction of his own future? Um, what? Then he doesn't need to be dating. A man without direction, you need to leave that guy. If he doesn't have direction, go ahead and leave him. No problem. Thank you. That's what I needed to hear. I did wild. Yeah, what is that? What is your advice on dating someone your family doesn't like? What is your thoughts when it comes to that? Especially if you're very close to them. That's a hard one because if you're very close to your family, it's hard to just, you know, date someone that they don't like. But what I would say is sometimes your family isn't always right. Sometimes you got to make executive decisions without your family because at the end of the day, only you truly know what's right for you. So I wouldn't let my family, I would create some boundaries there too. Everybody's different though, but my family doesn't have final say on who I date. I would love, you know, for them to love that person too, but if it becomes between me and them, I'm 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 making a decision. And if they can't be in my life, then I'm so scared for a new relationship after 18 years with a covert narcissist. Some advice: join my exclusive group because we can help you with that. Don't just try to do that on your own. We're here to support you. Go ahead and send a direct message with the hashtag ready and get some help with that because that's what we do. We help people who are trying to figure out a date through narcissism, abuse, all of that. I was love bombed before. Yeah, I think it happens quite often. Thank you for your honesty. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. And thank me. But we have been rolling on this thing, right? It's been over an hour. And we're still going. We're still going strong because they can't stop us. No way. Tyrese got arrested for unpaid child support? Bro, that's crazy. We just saw him on the Breakfast Club. Who is this? Guy reached out, showed strong interest, and then said, might come to town with no real plan. He was in Club Shay Shay too. Yeah, I know. He got arrested. What in the heck? Well, I wouldn't get hung up on it. If a guy reached out and said, might come to town, and then show a real plan, I'd be like, cool. I might have plans. Like, honestly, I feel like you can send a message back saying, I might have plans. Have a lovely day. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. You have a great day as well. It was great having you. But what if one shows the plan and fails to follow through and blames you for it? They're toxic. Thank you, Leah. They're toxic. What? Well, I wouldn't even be with that person. You wouldn't catch me with that person. I'll be done. I can't stand when people don't take accountability. I will run from that relationship so fast. Thank you, Leah. Because that means I'm always going to be the villain in whatever story they create. I don't got time for that. I just got out of that situation within the past few months. Well, good. I'm happy for you because that's not an easy situation. I am dating this guy. It's long distance. We connect on app 5 months back. And now we met in third country. Third country? Last week. But the meeting was okay. I didn't get amazing feeling, just a normal feeling. Well, if you're long distance and you only feel okay, then what are you doing? Huh. What do you have time for? Work? We both are from a different country. Yeah, you're doing an across the pond relationship. That's even harder. That's so hard to do an across the pond relationship. I did that before. I dated someone in Germany, and we did that for like a year. So I've been there. I've been through the long distance hoops. It's not easy. How long do rebounds typically last? Sometimes forever. You never know. The way it goes with emotions, you just never know. So, but why do you ask? Thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. We're still kicking in the high gear, y'all. How do you know if you're dating a narcissist? Um, it should be. Here's what I would say. If you don't know much about narcissism, I would say first maybe, do some research or just look at my page, right? But you'll know if you find yourself in a lot of situations where you're always to blame. That's one way to know. If you find yourself in situations where you're always to blame, if they never take accountability, if they always care about how their image is more than what can I do to get my man back? How did you lose your man? What did you do? That's what we gotta start. You froze. Xavier's community is very safe, and some of us have friendships outside of the community, which is so awesome. There's no judgment and very honest. Thank you so much, Katrina. Thank you. Katrina's part of the community. She's been in it for a while, and we have a great time. So if you're not in it, like I said, send me a DM, with the hashtag ready. We got into a fight. Well, that's vague. How do I know that it's his final discard? You don't. Boundaries, okay. Do you need to talk to me? Do you need to have a conversation with me that's longer than the short words? Boundaries was the issue with one of his family members. Well, we got to dig deeper, right? I guess it depends. What was your relationship like? What was said? What other problems you might have had, right? There's a lot to consider there. Is it even a good idea for you guys to get back together? How your content resonates, thank you. I think I'm going to contact you so we can move forward with my dilemmas. Yes, contact me so we can move forward with your dilemmas. Wise for your years. Thank you so much. I'm already in a group. I've just been away for a while. Oh, you're already in it, so you're good. But yeah, go ahead and send me a message if you need more help, right? If we want to work outside of that. Okay, thank you. Absolutely. Send me a DM. Silvana. Like I said, if you want to join the private community and you want to get a one-on-one with me and you want to have a quick conversation or anything like that, go ahead and send me a DM with the hashtag ready. Oops. About relationship advice? Yeah, relationship, dating, narcissist. Girl, we got it all here. This is a one-stop shop. Come on. Boundary issues? Yeah, go ahead and send me a DM. Good thing I don't have to ask Siri anymore. Siri will have you in probably a narcissist relationship. Siri doesn't know nothing. Let's try it. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Why isn't mine working? She's not working. Hey Siri. Man, screw this. It usually works, right? Hey Siri. How you make, hold on, I'm gonna do this the other way. Should I date a narcissist? Bro, what is wrong with this phone?
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Should I date a narcissist? You trying not to take accountability, Siri? Are you a narcissist? Boy, what the hell? I don't know what's wrong with this, man. I'm about to quit. I've been listening to y'all working at the same time. Thank you, Shannon. You're signed into your computer. Oh, because I'm in my computer. Lame. Your phone is connected to your computer. All right, IT people. IT. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, she was ignoring me. She was like, I'm not trying to hear this. She ghosted me. Just a poker player. Yeah, no, it's wild out here. More questions, y'all. Does anybody want to call about a question? Because you know we do those. Hey, what's up, coach? What's going on, Aaron? Aaron's working with me right now. How you doing, Aaron? Are you at work? Do you work right now? What were you drinking at the event? At the event? What do you mean, at the Nitro Cross? What are you trying to find out? If I was getting liquored up? Yes, unfortunately. Nah, I feel you. Oh crap, sent it too early. It sent too early. Yeah, no, Aaron, we're getting it in. We're getting it in. And we're gonna talk again. It's good to see that you're at work. You're up and getting it. Me too, clearly. If my boyfriend asked for space after getting upset, should I just wait for him to text me? Yeah, because he kind of told you he wants space. All you can do is give him space. When people pull away and they make a statement about it, all you can do is listen. It sucks. What did you do? Like, why did he get upset? If a man is too shy to get my number but ask my friends for it, should I tell them to give it to him? Because I say hell no. I think it's kind of weird to ask your friends for your number. Why doesn't he just talk to you? Look, here's the thing though. Not everyone is perfect. Some people are going to be shy. Some people are not going to want to be direct. He might be intimidated. I would tell them to tell him, why doesn't he just talk to you? I would tell my friends, I would say, no, don't give it to him. Tell him to talk to me. If he wants to talk to me, then initiate. Because getting your number from a friend is just kind of like, nah. Is it okay to date a couple guys at the same time until it's official with someone? Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to date as many people as you can handle until it's official. I'm gonna be honest with you. Thank you for your postal. Thank you for reminding us of our worth. And I will always remind you of your worth. I tell them to tell him to off. That's funny. I got upset at a comment he made and left his house. What'd he say? What comment did he make that made you upset? Why did he make you storm out? For those of you that still want to work with me, that want a session this week, I've got a few spots available. Go ahead and DM me the word #ready and you will get access to the exclusive community. Exclusive. He finished early and he said, you'll just have to take care of yourself. Whoa, daddy. Wow. Was this like the first time y'all did it? Or have y'all been doing it for a while? Is this the first time y'all did it? Or have y'all been doing it for a while? That's wild as hell. I've never said that to a woman. We've been together for about 2 months. Dang. It's almost like y'all been together for 10 years. That's the kind of fire that's happening. But how? Okay, so you've been together for 2 months. How long have y'all been doing it though? Like, how long you been doing it? What if one of the guys that's really serious doesn't date others and is asking if I'm dating others? Then you can be honest. You could say, I'm entertaining other people. I'm seeing what's out here. But, he could be as serious as he wants to. That's his choice. But that doesn't mean that you have to be like, oh, I'm sold on you either. Let him know that sometimes you got to earn your place. And that might make him walk away. Or you could just not tell him. I mean, here's the thing, like, you don't have to divulge anything that you don't want to. He's not your boyfriend. Unless you're sleeping with other people, I don't think. Why do I always find the guys that think I'm too much to take care of because of hard of hearing? Well, you'll just have to keep dating, sleeping together for 2 months and dating about 4. So, sleeping together for 2 months, has he done that before, or was this the first time he's done that? So, my mother is hard of hearing. And my mother had to go through that when she was younger, and she met my father, who is not hard of hearing. And I had a wonderful life with my parents. It didn't take away from how amazing my mom was, and I had a great life. Some people are going to be judgmental about that. Some people are going to have things to say about that. I had to deal with that growing up. Like some of my friends would say my mom sounded funny. But my mom was amazing and helped me become the man that I am today. So I think you'll just have to keep going, Some people are just not down for it, but some people are going to be just fine with it. Thank you so much, Cream of the Crop. Thank you. I'm dead, and he's always whispering. You're deaf? Is that what you meant to say? He's already asked me to be his girlfriend twice, but it's only been a week since we've been dating. A week? Oh no, girl. That's too quick. It's the first time he said that. Okay. Did you tell him about that? Did you tell him how that made you feel? That he said it that way? Because that is kind of like a ratchet statement, but no, I just left. Okay, so just leaving, I mean, it's understandable that was an emotional moment, like that was a bit harsh, but that's also an opportunity, right, to communicate what's wrong. Like, let him know that what he said hurt your feelings and, kind of made you feel like I would let him know, like the way that you delivered that. And you could let him know, like, did you feel like I'm hard work? Like, why did you not want to, keep going? But like you said, he finished early. Does he normally finish early? I did tell him the next day, and he said he doesn't like that I ran away. He said it as a joke. Well, okay, but that doesn't mean that jokes can't be hurtful. See, you don't get to excuse. See, he's kind of like invalidating your feelings. He's like, oh, don't worry about how you took it. Pay attention to the fact that I said it as a joke. So he's like putting you back in the guilty position. Like, oh, you can't handle a joke. Like, no, sometimes jokes hurt. Sometimes it's bad timing. Sometimes I'm not in the mood. And, it's not good. That's the risk you take with jokes, is that sometimes you're going to hurt people's feelings and you're going to offend them. So the fact that he just replied to your bad feeling with, oh, it's just a joke, that already to me says like, okay, so you care more about the fact that I'm supposed to laugh. No, he didn't actually said that. I'm just guessing. Oh, then why would you even guess that? I'm confused. Apparently he didn't even say that. He might have made it because it sounded so ridiculous at the time. Well, here's the thing. So, wait. So he just said that he doesn't like that you ran away, but you told him that your feelings were hurt. And he just talked, did he acknowledge that he could have hurt your feelings? Because, I mean, here's the thing. Some people really don't know how they sound. I'm not saying that to give him a pass, but there are certain moments he didn't acknowledge. Well, there you go. I'm not saying that. See, here's the thing. Some people are like that, right? Some people say crazy stuff like that and think it's funny or think it's not a big deal. I'm sure that there's a world where people think that, right? But how you feel needs to matter more than how I expect you to feel, right? How you feel needs to matter more than how I expect you to feel. And sometimes it's hard to face the fact that I might have hurt you even though that wasn't the intention. But to go ahead and make you out to be the problem when, I did my part in this too. I could even go with him if he was like, well, damn, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. What I said was probably wrong. And, I take that. But it really hurt me that you just got up and walked and you didn't tell me what was going on. Like, I'm going to say some things that are probably, sometimes not going to be the most agreeable things because we're going to know each other. So I would hope that next time you can find a way to talk to me before you walk away, because that makes me feel abandoned in that moment. There's so much that could have been handled in that moment. Instead, he's like, nah, you ran, F it. You see how easy it is, to just be emotionally mature about things? Hey, Lacey, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Good to see you. Lacey, Mama and Lifestyle. Here on 21. He might have made it a joke because he was embarrassed, not saying it's right. Yeah, I think we can all kind of empathize that he, probably, I don't know. It's so hard to tell because we weren't in that situation, but I could see how that might have been out of context, right? It was a risky thing to say. It was risky. If you focus on yourself, does the guy always come back? Not always, but sometimes, yeah. So is it over? Is it worth texting and trying to fix it? Well, if he's trying to work with you, if he's just hung up on the fact that you walked away and he's not doing anything to try to make amends or try to reciprocate, then no, it's not worth it. He's enjoying being with me. Who? The guy who fell in love with you in a week? Because that's normal. I'm following you. I enjoy this content. You're very well knowledge of this. Thank you so much. You're pregnant? Why are you telling me that? Congratulations? Do I want to say congratulations? This is not really the most happiest page. How do you come back after being clingy? What do you mean come back after being clingy? They saying it like it's yours. No lie, I'm kind of getting nervous. I'm like, wait a minute. We know each other? What do you mean come back after being clingy? Aren't you already there? We haven't talked. Should I text him or just... Personally, I would talk, but I wouldn't talk and be the only one to take accountability. I wouldn't do that. How do you stop a guy from being so clingy? Tell him. He's okay with waiting and going at my pace. Is that okay, even though he's in love after a week? It's almost impossible to be in love with you after a week. He doesn't know anything about you. But let's say by some strike of miracle he is. Then wait him out 3 months. No sleeping together. Let's see how much he loves that. Did you sleep with him? Did you sleep with him? Man or woman, who is the prize? God, this question makes me want to just like rip my skin. Man, here's what I think. The prize is in the eye of the beholder. These general statements are what keep men and women divided. You know what I mean? They keep men and women divided because it places ownership on one gender to just be good. Because I mean, I could say women are the prize, but then there's some women that are not healthy for relationships who haven't done any healing. So why would I say that? You know, I don't want to say that. I could say men are the prize, but then you got these narcissistic guys that will never try to learn about themselves, don't want to take accountability, none of that. So you can't really assign it to a gender. You can just assign it per the person. It's one-to-one relationship, right? Whoever that person views another as the prize, they are the only ones that can truly say that. So that's why this question is just gonna keep going on forever, because there isn't an answer, you know? But it keeps social media going. Let's just keep asking these questions that have no answer. There is no universal answer. They will try to sleep with you, and if you're easy, they will no longer view you as a wife. Y'all need to learn to make them wait. That's not always true, but I get what you're saying. So here's what I would say is that if you don't, it's not always true, but holding back some of the benefits of you as a person, holding back on some of the benefits of you as a person, more than just sleeping together, but energy, time, stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, you can find out who they are. Because, for example, if you sleep with someone, but you don't know their history, you don't know if they have diseases, you don't know what their mental health is like, you don't know if they're bipolar or schizophrenic, you don't know if, you know, they have a court case. Like, see, things like that is stuff we need to be concerning ourselves with before we start to seriously invest in people. And I don't think that a lot of us do enough of that before we get into bed with these people. And then we wonder, how did I get with this crazy person? It's like, well, they were crazy before you got there. I do my research, you know, on people. Because I get asked that. Like, if I go to the STD clinic, the first thing they ask me is like, okay, well, when's the last person you slept with? I'll be like, whatever date. And they'll say, did you check their history? Like, do you know, like, what their records were or who they have been sleeping with? Duh. I guess it's time to say a prayer, huh, Doc? Going on trips with them? Oh, Lord, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go on a trip. Don't go on a trip till you at least in a relationship. I mean, you could do it, but I don't know. That's a wild move. You definitely learn about someone when you take a trip with them, though. Might have missed this, but how long is a good time to make them wait? See, here's the thing. It really depends on more of the reasoning than just waiting, right? Now, people will say there's a 3-month rule. What I say is that that's a good place to, you know, consider. But what I would say is you want to know about more of the connection. But the only way you can learn that is if you know more about yourself, right? Do you know what you need in order to invest in this person long term? What are your standards, right? Like, what are your preferences? What are things that are deal breakers for you? If you know that, then you'll be able to see it within a certain period of time, right? And you'll be able to see that without sleeping with them. I don't have to sleep with someone to know that they're probably not going to be compatible for me in all the other ways, right? And you got to be careful because some people are just acting like the part to sleep with you, and then they want to walk or they want to take advantage of you. Some people are just trying to get you invested and they're trying to hold you accountable. Oh, you slept with me, so why would you leave? Oh, you wanted this though. Like, there's so much manipulation that comes from getting invested too quickly sometimes. That's why you got to be careful with these people that do that. It happens all the time. You hear it all the time on social media. As a kid, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. There are a lot of victims like that in the coaching group too. Can you help me? Yeah, send me a DM with the hashtag ready. For those of you that want to work with me, that want to get into the private group, send the word hashtag ready. Oh man. Glad y'all coming on here today. Looks like some of y'all are going to be having some conversations with me later. You ready for the honesty? Whoops. Speaking of, I got some clients I need to schedule some appointments with. I got boxing later, y'all. Let's hope they don't fix my face. Lady B joined, most definitely. Yeah, we got some conversations, y'all. Nice face, thank you. Is this Doja Cat? Come on, Doja. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I'm playing. I'm not gonna finish that. You ready? Send it into my direct messages. You know how to send a DM? Navigating this dating BS. I got you, girl. You're gonna get that DM. You're gonna get that fresh DM. That fresh DM. You don't know how to send a DM? Oh man. Okay, I'll send one to you. I got you. We're gonna help people today. People are gonna get help today. Thank you. Thank you so much. I said what I said. I left my man because he got a dog without talking to me about it. Wants a second chance. Should I? He got a dog without telling you about it? Are y'all married? Thank you, Xavier. You're awesome. Thank you. You're awesome. You're all awesome. Hug. So, what else y'all got? Where we engaged. What? What word is that? Oh, we were engaged. We were engaged. You were engaged and he got a dog and didn't tell you? Damn. That's kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of wild. Send me $4,000? What you mean send me $4,000? You just going to everyone's live and saying that? You funny. We don't live together. Well, I mean, here's the thing, like, I think that's kind of wild that he got a dog. He adopted a whole kid. A dog is a kid. Trust me, I know. I got one. Where's she at? Lorelai, come here. You want to cuddle? See, I got one of these. They're like kids. She's always sleeping now. She just came from daycare. She's like, I don't even want to talk. I just want to sleep. She's acting like she's working a late shift. She goes to daycare every day? No. Maybe like once a month, once every 2 months. No, she stays with me. I just this weekend I had to promote a event. I was invited to a VIP thing for social media. So I left her in daycare because I couldn't watch her. So we were away from each other for a little while, and now we're back. Why are you snoring? Getting healed is the key. Are you going to join Xavier's community? Yes, getting healed is the key. She's paying no rent, no bills, no, but she sleeps like it. You would never guess. She gets some of the best sleep in this apartment. Always sleeping. I'm like, man, wake up. Absolutely. She's such a big baby, yeah. You know what's funny? She's not even that big. It's just the fluffiness. Like she's super fluffy. So it looks like she's really bigger than she is. She's not that big. If you shave her down, she looks like a rat. Like a cute rat. Yep. So here's the thing. Don't forget, send me a DM with the hashtag word ready. I will be replying after this live. I will be getting back to y'all. What the hell? Social media is crazy. It's crazy. Horrible. I like her. Thank you. I'm so glad. Because she likes a lot of love. She loves to be spoiled. Any more questions, y'all? Any more? Just in here talking and chilling. We're just hanging, y'all. You and me, we got to talk. Looking forward to having a conversation later. Yes, me too. Me too. But anyway, should intimacy come after a man gives you exclusivity? Wow, that's a very good question. I think that okay, so I got the perfect answer for you. I got the perfect answer. What matters more than when you give him intimacy is what level of intimacy affects you. For example, some people can sleep with each other within a week, and let's say that person isn't feeling you after that week or two, and they walk away. They won't be messed up by that. Some people will sleep with someone after a week, and if the person walks away, they're messed up by that. So that really more depends on you. If this person was to get up and walk away the next day, what level of intimacy would match the amount of time that you spent in this that would make you feel like I'm okay with this person walking away with having this much access to me, right? Intimacy does not always mean physical contact. No, it doesn't. I mean all the above, honestly, but I'm just giving that as an example, right? Because that's one form of intimacy. So there's so many different kinds. Like to me, having deep conversations is a form of intimacy. I normally don't get that deep with people that I don't see a future with yet. So my time limit is based on how much consistency you've shown and how much you put in effort for a period of time. Now, after you're exclusive, I would say I give a lot more. I give a percentage of it before exclusivity just to see if there's a vibe. But then I don't give that much until we're exclusive. And by the time that I've given you a percentage of it, we've at least had conversations about it. Because you shouldn't be sitting in the gray area that long, right? How long are you going to be in the gray area about if this is going to work or not? You know what I mean? I'm not going to be in a gray area. I should know. Like by 2 to 3 months, I pretty much know. We've talked about it several times that we want to be in a relationship. You know, if they're holding back from having those conversations at least in over a month, nah, that's not going to work. Huh. Yeah, she's really fluffy. Like, look how my hands going here. It's just all fluff. It's so. Love your answer. Thank you. Yeah, because there's no universal system, you know, but just be careful with who you share your energy with and make sure you get a little bit more confirmation, right? You can go back to your bed now. She wants to go to bed. She's like, I'm tired, girl. Is it me or your mic is off? I don't know. It's you. I'm playing. It might be me. Technology is weird. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to jump off. Like I said, to get into my exclusive group or to get a session with me this week, it is first come, first serve. I don't have a lot of spots. Go ahead and DM me the hashtag word ready. If you already have, I'll be getting back to you. Much love to you. Much love to everybody here on this live that spent time with me for the last almost 2 hours. Love you. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for your time. We'll do this again. Bye, y'all.